Were there any cultural factors that affected how you express yourself?
I was raised by a Nuyorican dad and a Black mom. So those are two cultures that aren't exactly known for sugarcoating things. So I feel like there was an attitude in my household. People were going to judge me anyway, automatically, for my skin color, especially being in Podunk, Florida. So there was this attitude of, well, since they're going to judge you anyway, say what you're going to say. And I didn't really recognize the weight of that until I was in my mid-20s. It took a very long time for me to realize that sometimes it wasn't necessarily me chasing people away. It was just their own prejudices and their own problems. And if anything, it tended to make me more likely to take up space, because I felt like if nothing I do is going to be acceptable anyway, might as well do what I was going to do from the beginning.
Did you ever feel like you had to tone yourself down or tune yourself out?
Oh, Lord, yes. In high school especially, I remember I would at least once a month get up in the morning and tell myself, today I'm going to try not to talk as much. Today I'm going to go hang out with my friends and I'm going to let them do all of the talking, and I'm going to do this as a completely scientific way. That was sarcasm, by the way, telling whether or not they even want me to talk. I'm going to let them give me signs that I am welcome to speak in a conversation. And it would always, without fail, last about 10 minutes. I would be quiet, and then after a while, it would feel like I was a pressure cooker, and I was just keeping all this steam building up inside of me, and it just didn't feel right. And eventually someone would say something or do something, and I would just immediately burst back into this big shiny ball of me. And at the end, for a very long time when I would do that, I would beat myself up on the way home, basically saying, I told myself I was not going to talk. I was not going to take over the conversation. I was not going to get loud. I was going to try to be this quieter, more demure version that everybody seems to want out of a person. I mean, spend your entire life being told that your personality is so big that people have a hard time dealing with you. You want to be smaller because you don't want to have people not like you. And so I would always want to be smaller. I want to say up until I was about 20 or 21, I was always wanting to shrink. And I would set these goals for myself to shrink. And it seemed like the more I tried to shrink, the more I expanded. So after a while, I gave up on that and just realized that this is just who I'm going to be, and it's going to go how it's going to go. People are going to accept it or they're not. But I definitely get that. And I totally and completely understand people who go through it. I think a lot of us operate under this belief that we have to be liked by as many people as possible. And while I don't agree that we need to just walk around without any self-reflection, I also think that there needs to be more of a narrative out there that some people are just not going to get your vibe, and they're going to want smaller than what you can offer, and that's okay.